Hello. It's been 15 minutes, I might as well start talking. didn't lie for once. I said there was going to be a stream by the weekend, and I was right. I did want to do a morning stream of dailies initially, and then save this for another day, but I'm kind of thinking about it now. I was like, I'm pretty sure Sunday's gonna be my last chance to get any, like... Sorry, my stream is dropping mad frames. Don't know what that was about. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be easier to get some draw today just with this. And also I kind of woke up a little late for the morning dailies, so that'll happen some other day. Some 7 AM stream in the future. I'm trying to experiment with the time slots. This is my first afternoon stream in a while. Currently not yielding great results, but that's why I had to experiment. I just wanted to see what would happen. I mean, who knows? Maybe if I kept doing after... I mean, maybe the 7 AM stream slot is actually perfect. Maybe I'll get 10 viewers in that slot. I don't know. I technically can't know until I try it. Maybe I should compete with Northernline, especially since he's on vacation. I don't even know if he's back yet. Yeah, I haven't done a tier list stream in quite a bit. Probably, I think over a year, which is quite a while. And so I have a big bookmark list of just a ton I've saved. I kind of doubt I'll be able to get through all of them, which is probably for the best, because that might mean the next tier list stream I do would get a bit more draw. Hopefully. Or maybe people just don't want to watch tier lists. I don't know, maybe I'm 2000 and late. I'm not used to paying attention to all the analytics and all that, but I do at least want to, as I inch a little close and ever closer and ever higher towards affiliate, I do want to see if I can like hit that like sweet spot of at least one chatter per stream, because that is the platonic, that is the ideal, is like at least you have a chatter that you can interact with. And that chatter could be like, you know, 4 different people trying to stream, but it's at least somebody that you can talk to. And that's what I'm trying to find. Like I'd rather have 3 viewers every stream, but like 1 or 2 active chatters for all of those streams, than what is this? This is not part of my playlist. Get out of here. Sorry, I don't know why that was playing. I would rather have 3 viewers every stream, but like 1 or 2 active chatters, than like 10 viewers every stream and no chatters at all. It's really hard to have fun if there's no interaction. That is like the main appeal. So I don't really care necessarily about the numbers. I just care that like I can garner some socializing out, like get some social input. That's really what I care about. And it would also help if for affiliate, I guess, but that is not like super hard. If I really wanted to do it, like I could just ask my friends like, hey, can you all show up for an hour on this stream? And I stream for an hour for like 4 days, and then I'll get 3 average viewers for those streams, and then that hits the affiliate goal, and then I'll probably just get affiliate after that. But I don't care that much. I think I can stream often enough that that'll just happen with enough streams organically. So I'm not too worried. I just would like the streams to be more fun for me. Because otherwise I'm just gonna get burnt out trying to fill empty space. Anyways, enough whining and preamble. Let's at least get started with, you know, the freak stuff. So yeah, I have a lot of tier lists to go through. I don't really know. I'll try to keep. I can't really guarantee there will be any theming at all, honestly. I'll just try to hit the ones that I find are interesting. Starting with, this one was pretty interesting. Weird sports. This is the 30 different weird sports. And the images are kind of hard to understand what the sports are. Like I would not I don't know what the hell the ferret one is supposed to be without getting more context. So luckily the creator supplied this list, which I guess it was based off. And so we'll use that for context. First off, ostrich racing. I don't think I knew about this, but this is pretty good because it's literally just chocobo racing. It's probably what chocobo racing was based off, honestly. So like I don't know if it's like S tier, but like it's really good. I would watch this for sure. Ostriches can get pretty fast, and I just find the idea of a real life chocobo race very infusing. So I think that's pretty solid. I've definitely not signed up for it, but that would be cool to watch. Now, toe wrestling, I'm kind of already gonna get into like some deep water of the toe wrestling community. I this is just like I think thumb wrestling is like kind of funny when it's like super hyped up in the same sense that like when a bunch of school kids gather around like a Beyblade match and it's just like two little plastic toys going at it. I kind of feel the same way about thumb wrestling. I don't think it's like a real fancy sport or anything, but like it's funny in execution. But this is just kind of a worse version of it, so I don't know. It's not like offensive to me, but I can't imagine myself being entertained by this. I don't think it'd be fun to do either. Underwater hockey. It is hockey played underwater with paddles to hit puck into the opponent's goal. While it's difficult to play, it's even more difficult to watch it live. I don't believe you. Was this written by AI? Why would it be difficult to watch it? Oh, to watch it live because like they're underwater. Is that why? Could they not get like cameramen in there? Like this is a photo. You can get some cameramen in there. I don't think it'd be that hard to watch live. They can put cameras there. I guess maybe the context is like maybe they're trying. Maybe they mean like watching underwater, which are like yeah, but like you don't have to watch swimming underwater. So this is like I don't know. I'd have to see it in motion to know if it really because I think part of the appeal of hockey is like it can slow down and speed up really fast, like on the ice. Seeing the puck fly very quickly is pretty appealing, but all the water just makes it super sluggish and slow. Like I don't know. There's a reason we don't have a lot of sports that just happen underwater, especially like team sports. So I don't know. I'd be curious, but I kind of doubt it'll be that good. It seems more gimmicky. Chess boxing, I know of. I know was there like a YouTube thing of chess boxing or something like that? I vaguely feel like there was. I don't remember all the details, but I mean, it's kind of funny. I wish they did it with more games. Like you have to box, and then like in the middle, you have to start playing with I don't know, like the Cracker Barrel like peg game or some shit. I don't know. Like there should be more games other than chess, like Chinese checkers. Get like a third guy in there. Could do I don't know, war. Get some like rummy. Maybe just like solitaire. This itself is like fine. If it's like speed chess though, um, where like they have to like the clocks are really tight. If they have like 30-second clocks or something, I could this could be cool, but I don't know. Curious, but I'm not sure it's gonna be like super good television. I don't know. I'll say it sounds pretty cool. I'd rather watch it than underwater hockey. Sure. Zorbing. Now this I know. This shit looks disgusting to get into. I would never. I mean, okay. The problem with I just I'm sure you can control it, but it just seems too scary to be in. Like it seems like sensorily like a nightmare. I don't trust these. They're too big to be around. I would be worried of like spitting out and puking if I was in it. These look kind of terrifying. They do look funny and kind of cool, but I don't know. It's like the idea of just a big ball that you get into and roll around in it like it's Katamari. That is cool, but also all the other stuff like brings it down a little bit. Shovel racing among the weird sports around the world. Okay, this feels AI. Why is that part of the title? Uh, Sitting on a shovel and racing down an icy hill. So this is like a. This sounds like some American got bored and some kids got bored and did this one day and it became a sport after like 20 years. Uh, I mean, I guess it would be a little more risky than a sled, but I kind of just like I like how the sleds look. So it's kind of just a lamer, less cool sled. Um, I still like looking at sledding. I think it's decently fun, but I don't think the shovel adds a lot. It's kind of whatever. Sport hawking, flipping, spinning, and even sliding a brightly colored plastic bar stool. Uh, the end of each trick or combo, the hawker gains respect by sitting back down on the stool like nothing happened, even if he hurt himself and the pain is unbearable. So it's doing tricks with a stool. This one definitely hurts by not having a video attached, but uh, I'm imagining it, and I suppose I can see how you would do tricks with it, kind of like skateboard esque. Um, that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think about like how many tricks could you even do, like because skating you have momentum and like environments to this is just like you got one object to do this with. I don't know. I'm a little skeptical that this would be that fun to watch. Wait, like B. Oh, wife carrying. Again, among the weird sports in the world, we know. That's what the article is about. You promised that. You don't have to remind me. This list just gets weirder. Okay, you go. You don't have to make it. We know. Uh, Men are supposed to carry their wives through obstacle courses in a short time. Prize is the wife's weight in beer. What else? Okay. Um, I don't. It's just an obstacle course, but with like a human weight. I don't. It's kind of whatever. Obstacle course. It kind of just depends on the obstacle course. It's like not the sport itself doesn't seem that much crazier than just a regular obstacle course. I don't think that's that interesting. Now, cycle ball. I like cycle ball. This is just a poor man's Rocket League, but in real life. Definitely would be harder. I feel to. I guess you have the whole um circle of the wheel to like hit the ball with and like hit it at angles. So it's almost like a paddle that you're riding on, which is interesting. Problem is like you can't get that fast. I assume if it was like a really big field, like in Rocket League, that'd be kind of like a soccer field with this. I think would be cool, but this kind of just looks like a volleyball court. If it was bigger, honestly, I would be very interested. But for now, just like B or something. Sepak tak craw literally translates to kickball. It's an interesting mix of volleyball and football with a bit of matrix type martial arts thrown into the mix. Teams have 3 players on each side of the net, and they have to score by landing the opponent on. They have to score by landing the ball on the opponent's side without using their hand entirely. So this is almost like a like this frame specifically looks like something out of an anime, like a sports anime. I kind of really like this actually. The idea of using like very specific martial arts moves to get into the air and kick shit is pretty sick. I'm gonna give that an A if I can find it. Yeah, that's pretty fucking dope. Cheese rolling. I have heard of this. Uh, it's literally just rolling down cheese. I. It's not even like based on your effort really. I kind of. It's not. The people don't participate. The cheese does. It's kind of just lame. I don't care. Dog surfing. Okay. So the dog stays upright of you on a surfboard while hitting the waves. Obviously, I imagine you can't be doing anything too crazy if you have a dog there, even if they're well trained. It's cute, but I'd rather just watch like actual surfing because they can do much cooler shit. I imagine without as much restraint. So whatever. Quidditch. Fuck J.K. Rowling. Bossa Ball. The sport found seating ground in Spain. It's purely for adrenaline junkies. It's loosely based on a concept of volleyball, except there's a trampoline instead of the hard ground. Okay, so it's volleyball with extra jump height. That's automatically. I think that puts it into A. That's not only would this be cool to watch, this would probably also be really fun to play. Actually, that's pretty good. World Gurning Contest. The person who can pull the ugliest face wins. Originated in 1297. It's a historic game. I don't really care. It's funny, but not really. I'm not that tempted to watch a video of it right now. So extreme ironing. Uh, Sport is loved by self-proclaimed ironists that enjoy going to remote locations and ironing clothes. This kind of just feels like one person made this as a YouTube video and they're trying to make it a thing. I mean, it's funny, but like obviously there's a different sport happening here unrelated to the ironing. They just add like an extra funny element to it. Like there's that one video of like the guy paragliding in a bed, which is really cool and funny, but that's not I wouldn't call that as like extreme bedding. That's just like a guy doing paragliding. It, I don't know, disqualified. It doesn't count. It's using other sports. Oh, there we go. Bed racing. Um, each team of 5 is to make a bed in line with the theme of the year. As 4 of us, we can also float. You have to cross a river. Okay, I mean, be kind of funny to watch, but not like that crazy. I feel like I've seen weirder, like, roll this vehicle or something down a hill or something. That is fine. It's whatever. Poo sticks. A simple sport, and it involves players dropping a stick on the upstream side of a bridge. There's a lot of sports here that are just like activities kids would do when they're like 12. The one whose stick first makes it to the downstream side is declared a winner. It's just sticks. Whatever. It's just a thing you do as a kid when like you can just do this if you're bored. It's not that impressive or it doesn't even sound that fun. Oil wrestling. I mean, it's funny because you're slippery, but I don't really care. I guess I'm not really a fan of regular wrestling, but I can't. No. I would watch like maybe oil like obstacle course, like something where there's a lot of like slapstick involved. I feel like this is still too competitive. It's like whatever. Unicycle polo. It's polo of unicycles. Kind of funny, but like there's a lot of people that can just ride unicycles professionally, so it's like a very surface level gimmick, it seems. I don't know. Is it's whatever. Put into sea. Like I just don't really care that much about it. Caber toss. They found that the way they had most fun was by tossing large wooden poles over certain distances. The participants doesn't have to wear kilts. They just toss big poles. I mean, I have to see a video to see how far they can toss it, but that sounds kind of fun. Just people throwing shit far is a pretty easy premise. That's promising. Ferret legging. The participants tie the pants shut at the ankles so there's no escape route, and dropped 2 ferrets into the pants. The person that holds both for the longest time wins. Okay. um, this is a bit freaky. This one would be like a funny, like, haha video. They're trying to keep ferrets in their pants for as long as possible. And like ferrets are so skittish and run around so much that I imagine it'd be kind of hard. It'd be like funny, I guess. I don't know if I'm like that enthralled by it, but is unique, so I guess I'll give it some points. Carrot tube, cardboard tube, fighting league. Um, okay, I've I've probably seen stuff close to this, honestly, just on campus. Like again, kind of like a 12-year-old activity, but uh, positive connotation. Um, I mean, this would be fun to do and fun to watch, probably. So I can't harp on it too much. It's just not super high up there. Fireball soccer, again, this is like a anime activity. Ball made from coconut and soaked in gasoline for almost a week before. Um, and it's played barefoot. Okay, I don't know if you have to play it barefoot, but if they played this on like an actual field and you can see like the fireball at night, that'd be kind of sick. I would not want to play it though. Go Anna pulling. Um, Contestants tie leather straps around their necks, mimic the reptile's posture, and try to pull each other across the line. Jesus. Okay. Very intense. I would definitely not want to participate in this, and I would kind of be scared to watch this. This sounds very risky. It's unique, so I'll give it that. But it's kind of freaky. Kaiju Big Battle, amalgamation of WWE, wrestling, sci-fi movies, performance art. Okay, again, literally 12-year-old activities. This is just like what 12-year-olds want to do as sports. Um, this would probably be more fun to do than to watch, honestly. Like if you get like a play set. It does look like it's in an actual wrestling ring. So I guess if they really like put the effort into it, I could see that being fun to watch. Jugger, combat sports that takes cinematic inspiration from the 80s movie Salute of the Jugger. Um, one unarmed player tries to score a goal using a dog's skull as a ball. Okay. Okay, so it's all foam props. They're not actually using. I mean, it looks kind of interesting. It's definitely unique, and I do like the idea of like a chain thing that you have to use in a sport. That's kind of cool. Sure. Milk carton regatta. Um, what? Oh, okay. It's makeshift boats out of milk cartons. Okay, so it's uh, kind of it's like a summer camp activity. It'd probably be more fun to do than to watch, honestly. This is barely even a sport. I feel. I just who cares? 360-degree ball. It's played in a circular court. It's a mashup of squash and tennis. The ball is bounced off the black circle in the middle once during each place. Okay, so it's like okay, so it's like weird four square tennis thing. It's definitely be more fun to play than to watch. I could see it being neat. Alright, what the hell is the last one? Oh, beer mile. Stopping for a quick beer between every lap. Um, I don't care. I don't give a shit. I don't listen. I'm not into drinking culture at all, so I really don't um give a shit about any any like activity that has drinking in it. It's kind of just a lazy. I feel like you could incorporate alcohol into like sports that could make it interesting, but I don't even think like running is that crazy. Like, yeah, it's physically intensive, but it doesn't even require like that much balance comparative to like other. Like, I want like drunk gymnastics or something. Like, I don't know, drunk hockey. Like, yeah, I feel like there's better sports to put alcohol into if you really want to see like drunk people going at it. So yeah, I mean that's I just don't care. All right, good warm up. Let me find the next one to do. Okay, I can unbookmark this, and I have to look through a whole bunch of other shit. I don't want to do anything too good because there's stuff that I'd like to save for when there's people here to argue with. Like this one is, I'm sure there's some people that will disagree with me if they like see this, but like if you don't play any of these, which most people haven't, then you're not gonna really care about my opinion that much. It's more so we're marveling at the weird sports together. I don't want to get into like stuff that's like actually argumentative. That's I gotta save that for when there's chatters here. Um, in that in that case, actually, I can do some self indulgence. Oh, that's a long one. It's gonna be a long one if I do that. I don't know. School lunch, Roblox game. School lunch people are gonna argue with me with. Um, let's see. What is this one? This one. Okay, this one. No, I should save that one. Um, this one. I don't know if people. There's not a lot of like writers in my chat, but there's probably enough people that would maybe care. A lot of people read stories or like engage with stories, so maybe I should save that. Looking true. All right, I'm not gonna do the toys tier list, but I will do the party favor tier list, which is this might be I don't know if this is like a more American thing, perhaps. But whenever you're a kid and you go to a birthday party that's like a big organized birthday party for every kid, you'll typically get like a little goodie bag, and the goodie bag has a bunch of I guess what people call party favors, which is just kind of toys. They're not really toys, but they're just cheap, mass-produced plastic things that keep you entertained for the party, or give you a good incentive to at least show up for this kid. Um, yeah, so they're always cheap. They're always like super simple. Probably not going to be very long-lasting entertainment most of the time. Um, I don't know, like I've seen almost all of these, but I can't tell you like if how often I've actually gotten these from a goodie bag. I feel like I've not been to like that many birthday parties that like had these, but I just know a lot of these anyways. I'm not sure. Um okay, starting with little weird ball. This one I've held this in my hands before. It's like a weird sea urchin ball that you can squeeze, and it's like rubber. Um, it's probably like a nightmare for specific kids and like heaven for other kids, like sensory wise. Um, they're kind of neat. I don't think they bounce, but they're just kind of fun to squish around, I guess. They feel kind of funny to play with. Like if this was trying to keep me entertained at a party, I know honestly this is like I'd have this in my hand probably. What are these? Are these just like little weird plastic balls? Or are they? Oh, they might be bouncy balls actually. I'm guessing they're just straight up bouncy balls because they are usually like just solid colors. Um, they're pretty good. They're very annoying if you're a parent, I'm sure, but uh, they are kind of, I don't know. I mean, you don't want to play with them too much because then you'll get in trouble. But if you just get home, you can kind of just bounce it around and stuff. It's kind of fun to play with. Bubbles. Uh, I feel like, I mean, bubbles are neat, but it's kind of like a one and done, you know? I haven't like blown bubbles in like very many years, and I don't feel like I'm missing out on much. It's just you do it once and you kind of know what it's like. I don't know, they don't last very long, and it's kind of just like, I don't know. I don't know why I'm lukewarm on bubbles. They're a classic, but I kind of just don't really care. Like they're fun to see, but you can't play with them really. Like once you have to, I guess you can do tricks or stuff. I've seen people like who are really good at blowing like big bubbles or whatever, but I could never do it. So for me, it's just a whatever. What the hell is this? I'm trying to. This looks familiar, but I don't. Oh, it's like the. I believe these you like throw these and they like make like a little ribbon that like launches out or something. I'm pretty sure that, or just like straight up like you either throw them or you just like swing them around and they like are just like ribbons. I'm pretty sure you like throw them and they like launch out a little bit. They're just like kind of cool, I guess. I think the problem with these is that they're just gonna break really quickly. You have to understand longevity is like a part of the appeal of some of these. Like if you get a good party favor that lasts like a good month, that's really good. Some of these party favors are not even gonna last like the whole party before they break. That's the problem with them. So kind of fun, but they're definitely gonna break. These are like clacker things. I think I've seen these. These don't look very satisfying to play with though. they're just gonna spin around and hit each other, and like uh, I feel like they're kind of whatever. I don't know. I honestly, I don't think I would get much fun out of this. This kind of just looks lame. Another kind of variant, like a noisemaker, is the hand clapper. Definitely had these before. These are like kind of mm, okay. They do only just make noise. They really don't do anything else, and they're just kind of annoying. Um, kind of lame. Again, you can't play with it. The main tool of it is to create noise and annoy people, which is not very strong appeal for me. Now dinosaurs are pretty goated, especially if they're actually like painted okay. Most of them you get from a bag are probably not going to be painted well, but still, if it at least has like a recognizable shape that isn't just like generic, if it doesn't just look like dinosaur and you can like guess as to what the species is, that's pretty good. Pretty good. Um, and you can keep these. You can just like have these as like desk toys or whatever. I feel like you can just have them for as long as you want. I think that's pretty good. These I believe you just spin in your hands and they fly up. It's kind of a cool effect. Um, you do have to be probably outdoors for this to work well, so you don't have to like go all over the room to get it if it like flies off somewhere you don't want it to. I guess this is like I don't know. Hmm, I'd rather have a bouncy ball than these. Yeah, they're just okay. Now, what the hell are these? Are these goo? Are they, what the hell? Are they just googly eyes? They just look like googly eyes with like I don't think I've ever seen these honestly. They're like googly eyes with a thing. Maybe you like put your finger in there or something, or maybe it's like you put it on your finger and then like you can have a finger that has like googly eyes on it. I suppose coming from the top of it. That's cute, but like I don't know, kind of a weak accessory. I don't, honestly would be pretty disappointed to see that in my bag. Um, I believe this is a Chinese finger trap. In which case, S tier. I think all of my friends have seen me post about Chinese finger traps probably at least like 3 times each. I just find them very enrapturing to look at and to engage with. I think they're very funny, and I don't know why. They're very simple. I just think they're very funny. But I'll never stop loving Chinese finger traps. Um, Plain. I don't know if I've seen these. It's just like a plane thing. I don't. Does it fly? It looks like you get like Play-Doh or something, and then you have to mold it into this shape or something. Or maybe it's like a balloon. I really don't know. If it's a balloon that you like inflate into this, then it has some buoyancy, and that's kind of cool. But if it's like just clay or something, then that sucks ass. I don't know. I don't know what it is, so I kind of have to. Hang on. This is too zoomed in. So we need. I'm gonna make an F here. And then a tier. And this is going in, yeah? Because I really don't know. It depends on the material it's made out of. If it can actually like fly, that's cool. actually, but I don't know. I've never seen them, and I've certainly never held them. Um, these things, I believe they're just like very small puzzles that like have the blocks that fall apart, and you can put them back together. I have advanced versions of these that are kind of neat, but I don't even want to play with those. And these are just like really lame versions of those. Um, I mean, you can once you take it apart, you can play around with the pieces a little bit, but you can't really do much. Like, it's not even that much of a puzzle once you like figure out, because they usually only have like 5 or 6 pieces, I would guess. Like probably 6 for a cube. So, like honestly, they're like pretty close to the bottom. If they're made out of plastic too, because some of these puzzles, like the more advanced puzzles, are like made out of wood, so they have like a nice texture to them. This wouldn't even be like that fun to hold. I feel like a plastic cube is kind of, I don't know. I guess it's not offensive. Like it's not offensively bad, but it's still pretty bad. Is this hacky sacks or something? I think I'm guessing. Um, I'm assuming these are not made of like straight up plastic. That automatically gives it a bit of a benefit because it has a different texture. And again, you can like just use these like to your heart's content. Like these have probably a good longevity. Yeah, I'd rather get these than the spinny things. Those are neat. Classic disguise glasses. Kind of funny. Honestly, if I got this at a party, it would be fun to play with just because I like bits. I like comedy. And like it's fun to play with very cartoony things. So not a bad get, honestly. Assuming it fits and doesn't like the problem is I do also wear glasses, so I have to take my glasses off. Or you can get extra comedy if you commit to wearing 2 pairs. So I guess it's not that bad. Sorry, I need to drink water. Okay. Jacks. I don't know if I ever got jacks as a kid. I just knew of them by osmosis, but um they hurt a lot to step on, I think. And I don't really know how to play jacks, so I kind of have to put it there's if you don't know how to play jacks, this is kind of just useless, so pretty low. If you do know how to play, then maybe it's up here, but I'd rather just get like marbles or something. The leapfrogs, I think these are like things that like you press them into the ground and they either you either press them into the ground and they like leap up or they like float on water or something. I don't actually remember what these are supposed to do. I think they're supposed to just like leap. In which case that's kind of fun. Um Although I feel like these could break pretty easily, so maybe C tier. That is not it looks like very thin plastic. Kazoos is another noisemaker, advanced noisemaker. I don't think I ever had one. And honestly I'm fine with that. Doesn't look that interesting. I'd rather get like a plastic flute than this. Pretty lame. Like they're funny, but I feel like that maybe it's like 2010s, 2000s meme culture kind of infecting it, like poisoning the well. But I don't really care about kazoos right now. They don't seem that funny anymore. Plastic medal F tier. What I get a medal because I showed up to your kid's birthday party? Fuck you. Oh, This is the participation trophies that people complain about. Okay, this is the only valid complaint. Who fucking wants a plastic medal in their goodie bag? Give me a goddamn dinosaur, bitch. That's the real woke agenda. Trying to take the dinosaurs away. Uh, fancy pencil. I think I think those are pencils. I don't like these because usually when you try to sharpen them, the little like plastic coating on it, like the fancy like skin on it, gets in the way and it peels off and it's kind of ugly. It's literally just a pencil, and like I wouldn't really want to use this. Yeah, no. And you usually can't use it like out of the bag. You have to sharpen it yourself. So pretty bad. I think these are magnets. I'm gonna guess these look like magnets. I had some like these. I have one that I think is just like an actual magnetic rock that looks pretty close to that. Um, Pretty good. Magnets are fun. I played a lot with magnets as a kid, actually. I had like a few cylindrical ones that were just really good to fiddle around with when I was bored. Um, Honestly, and like pretty good longevity. Like as long as they're magnetic, they'll stay magnetic for a while. They're pretty high up on. I would rather, yeah. I really like magnets. Magnets. I think this is a good get. Would be very happy to receive it in my bag. Little lizard guys. As a kid, I probably wouldn't care too much, but now, honestly, this would rule. Again, you can just save these and put them on your desk if you want. I think magnets are high A, but the little guys, they're just fun to like have. You know, they're friends. Like what 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 toy could be better than that? Is a little guy. Well, magnets, but you know, and Chinese finger traps, but they're still pretty high up. um, what the fuck are these? I don't fucking. What is that? I think. Let me see. I think these are the things that um you like have to guide like a ring through a thin film of water to like get into like a goal or something. I'm pretty sure that's what these are. I have had different versions of those that weren't just like fish shaped, but they were like, you know, they were kind of fun to play with. This looks very small though. If it was like one of the bigger ones, those are cool, but as like a, I don't know, this is a more engaging puzzle than the other ones at least. Like this is a bad puzzle. This could at least keep you entertained for like 10 minutes. I think this is an eraser. I'm gonna guess. Are there other erasers? Possibly. I'm not sure. I don't think so. Uh, I think this is just like a yeah cartoon eraser. Um, I know I gave pencils D tier, but the benefit of an eraser like this is it's usually like an actual like character or like a little guy, and that kind of has the benefit of these ones. But typically, because you only get like one eraser, it's actually like more. It's usually a bit fancier in design, and you can just keep it like you don't have to use the eraser. You can just like keep them around as a little fella. So like honestly, B tier. I think I still prefer the plastic dinos and lizards, but you can get some good pulls with this possibly. Um, these again with the like eye like googly eye accessory things. These are just kind of. I don't think these look that good. They're very gimmicky, and they're only going to keep you entertained for like the first 10 minutes that you own them. So, not high. Um, Ping pong paddle, usually, in my experience, this breaks pretty easily. I feel. I mean, it depends. You can get good versions of these that like will last longer, but like the string always kind of sucks. The ball might be really cheap, and the paddle itself is usually very thin. Like, um, I don't like when it's just the paddle, like the flat paddle. I think it's more interesting if it has like a hole, and then you can do like the try to get the ball into the hole thing. There, I don't know what's not even like the ball in the cup thing, but there's a version of this where it's just the same paddle but with a hole cut out in the middle, and then you can try to get the ball in there. That's more engaging because it's you have a goal. This is just kind of like a fancy noisemaker. I don't know. It's still better than like D tier, I think. Like if you can cut the string off, honestly, then you just got a ping pong ball that you can play with, which is not that bad. Little parachute guys. I think you just like they just fall and then they have. I mean, the problem with this is that they're most fun to play with, like off, like higher than a 1 story window, you know, and so it's kind of got a niche use case. Like they're neat, but like I've seen fireworks where they have like little parachute guys in them that launch up, and the appeal of that is that like you can try to catch the parachute guy as he's coming down. These you have to be the one to launch them, I think, and then you can't like really catch it. Like it's I don't know, it's kind of niche, and when you're not using it that way, then I really can't find a reason to care. So kind of like they seem cool, but you're probably only gonna do it like once or twice, and then never again. Uh, I don't know what the fuck this is called, but I think everybody's seen this. This is like the classic party. Um, I don't even know what it's called. It's a little thing you blow into, and it rolls out and makes noise. See, this is a good noisemaker. It's a classic. It has the ability to extend from blowing into it, which is fun to like annoy people with. Like you can blow into it and then like it hits your friend in the face. That's pretty good. And it's appropriate for parties. Like it's the kind of party item in a sense. So sorry, I don't know if you can hear that, but there's like jets going over my house like 5 times over, and they've been doing this for like the last week, and it's been fucking annoying. I don't have rumors on this street, but I do have fucking planes and jets. Usually it's just the planes that aren't too bad, but it's been jets lately. I don't know what the fuck they're doing. I don't know if they're prepping for war with Chicago or some shit, but I'm glad they're doing it right over my house. Anyways, I'm gonna give this a B. I think the fact that it's like an appendage that you can extend makes it really good. Um, what the fuck? Oh, these are just like little flowers that spin. They're like little windmill things. They're fine. If you have like a little porch, you can put these on, and then they blow a little bit. Like, but it's kind of whatever. Like honestly, they look cool, but I'm trying to think about how you would use them, and it's a very niche again. It's just not gonna have that much use case. I've seen these. What the hell? I think, are you supposed to like put this over your mouth and is it like a ring pop thing? I think there are there ring pops that are like this? I don't know. Or is it that you like blow it? Like I see these vents on the front or something. I don't know if you're supposed to like blow into it or something. Or maybe there's I just don't know. Like I've seen these in videos, but I don't really know what you would do with them. I don't know if they're supposed to be like just an accessory. Kind of weird. Um Fake jewels honestly kind of rules. I had some of these as a kid. Not like the rings, but just fake gems, like plastic gems. You know, how can I deny some shiny objects? I mean, they're just fun to look at and they feel cool. Especially if they're a ring, that would be cool because you can actually just wear it, even if it's fake. Like, pretty good deal. Like that's probably the best of the accessories because it just looks kind of fun and cool as a kid. Fangs. I thought these were lame as a kid. Unfortunately, now I probably would fall victim to wearing them. I think they would be cute. Um, I don't know how you like this specifically. How do you wear this? How is it supposed to go over your teeth or at all? That's what I don't get. But assuming they can go on your teeth, then pretty good accessory. It's fun. It's cute. Spinning tops. They can be ass. They can be good. This one looks more on the good side. I mean, spinning top is pretty hard not to like. It's literally just try to spin it for as long as possible, and if you and your friends get them together, you can try and play them like blade Beyblades. So pretty good. Uh, that's just straight up a mini thing of Play-Doh. I feel like that's pretty good. Even if it's like a really small thing like these, you can still make little things with them. I feel like yeah, I feel like Play-Doh's pretty good because it's literally just like use your imagination. So I guess if you have a really weak imagination, then maybe this sucks. But I mean, you can still eat it if you want. But otherwise, honestly, no. This is like low A actually, because you can just do what the hell ever. Like you can ask your friends for their Play-Doh and combine your shit or something, make something fancy. Sharks that their eyeballs pop out when you squeeze them. That makes me feel bad, and that feels cruel and unusual. That's fucked up. I think that's bad. Little rubber things that pop up when you like, yeah, yeah. These you just press them down and they pop up after some time. Uh, it's kind of fun. I don't know if they're like as good as a spinning top, but they're very simple. They really can only do one thing. They're not multi-purpose in any way, but that one purpose is decent. Rubber ducky, if it squeaks well and it actually like works pretty good. But I feel like a lot of times I have gotten like a rubber ducky or like equivalent toy that just doesn't squeak at all, and it just breathes out air very sadly. But potentially high up. But I think averaging out the average like the median rubber ducky experience, I feel actually lies kind of in C when you're getting it from a goodie bag. Uh, the little weird like blinder shades. Uh, kind of neat. I've gotten just like last year, I was at like a public event and one of there's like a weird, I don't know, they were giving shit away at booths. One of the booths was giving away random things, and one of the things I got was like a purple like heart plastic heart glasses. Um and those were just kind of, they're like translucent, I guess. Um and they were kind of cool. These kind of suck in comparison. Like I kind of just wish they were like, honestly, I almost wish they like didn't have the shades at all, like the little blinds or whatever. Um that, or they were like filled in with like a transparent plastic that you could see through. I feel like either of those are cooler than this in between thing. But still, I mean, decent accessory because it actually like you can wear it and it's not too freaky. I just straight up balloons. Or is that what this is? Or no? Oh, no. I think these are maracas. Or yeah, decent noisemaker. Again, pretty simple, but more respectable than the other noisemakers. I feel like it's at least like, I don't know. It is like a very simple instrument. I respect this more than kazoos, so I guess C tier. Uh, very. They're just like little plastic bracelets. I've had many a bracelet as a kid, but these just kind of look lame. If they have like a theme, or like sometimes you'll get like a bracelet that says maybe the person's name on it, or like it has cool messages on it, or there's like different colors to collect. But these, when it's just kind of generic, not that exciting of an accessory, honestly. Now the slap bracelets, if I'm assuming this is what this is, like the metal, not metal, the like the magnetic slap bracelets. Those are pretty fun. However, I feel like they also don't last that long. Like probably not even longer than a few days once you start using them a lot. But they are cool as hell when you get them, so I can't deny that. Slinky, okay. Slinky is a good toy, but um the little plastic slinkies that you'll get out of a goodie bag probably will not last long, probably will tangle up really quickly. But if you can get it to work, very good experience. Slinky is a great toy. However, I feel like going off again, median experience is probably more so going to be around here, where you'll get like a good 20 minutes out of it and then it's just never gonna like work again. Like the plastic's just gonna wrap in on itself and it's gonna suck. Okay. Um, what are these? Are these also bouncy balls? What are these? Oh, erasers maybe? Maybe they are erasers. I'm just gonna assume these are erasers, in which case, very lame erasers. Would much rather get like a cartoon one like this than anything generic. Sometimes you'll get like multiple of these, but still lame. Wow, I'm surprised there's a spider thing, and it looks like you wear this? I see like a little hole that I assume like a finger goes on. I think you wear this as like a weird ring. I'm not a big spider fan, so yeah, pretty low. I just can't imagine like that many kids wanting this because it's. I guess if you want to creep people out, maybe, but I just don't like spiders that much, so kind of lame. Um, Weird spiky balls. Are these bouncy? Probably not. In which case, this kind of just smaller versions. Well, actually, they could be bouncy. They're usually this. I'm assuming this has more rubber and is less like squishy. In which case, maybe they are bouncy. I don't know. I feel like I've seen these, but I can't exactly gauge what the vibe is. Honestly, maybe I just put it in the tier. Because I can't really I don't really know what the purpose of these would be, other than like maybe sensory joy, or sensory nightmare. Um, little water pistol thing, water gun. I mean, kind of a. I mean, it's a lame water gun, but it's a water gun, so it will squirt water. I'm assuming you would get this hopefully outside, and then it'd be fun to play with. So I doubt these would fail that easily. So like it's a lame water gun, but it is a water gun, so you can do all the fun stuff of a water gun, even if it doesn't have like much capacity. Like this it would still be fun to play with. Yeah, just probably wouldn't last longer than the party. What the hell are these? Oh, they're stamps. Yeah, I think these are stamps. Yeah, okay. Depends on the stamp design you get, but still pretty cool to get anything like this. Like fancy stationery like this as a kid is pretty cool. You know, you put it on your all your papers and stuff. If you have a journal, this would be really good. Pretty good, actually. Yeah, I think fancy stationery like that is cool. The weird little jelly hands thing. I think the thing with these that makes them fun is like the material. It's usually sticky. I want to say like a sticky kind of plastic, which does mean that I think they usually will not last that long. Probably not longer than like a day of use, but when you do use them, pretty fun. Okay, these are always weird to me. They're like ornaments, but in the net. I just don't get what the point of the net is. If the net is like packaging or of some sort, maybe. I assuming that's what that is, then I just really don't get the point of these. Now, what the fuck are these? These just look like clay dolls or something. Like, if I don't know if it's like moldable clay or if it's like dry. Like, I haven't seen these or played with these in person, so again, I don't really know the vibe. So fuck you. Anyway, there you go. Okay. Tiddlywinks. Now, I do have a bias because my channel points are officially Tiddlywinks now, but um, I do like Tiddlywinks for some reason. I just really like the way they look, and I like collecting them. It makes me feel like I have fake money, like fake casino chips. Um, you really can't do that much of them, I'll be honest, but they're nice to have. Like, they're just kind of fun to own. I don't know. Maybe I'm just greedy. Maybe I just really want casino chips. Like that's the adult version. I don't know, but I mean you can use them for bingo counters. Um, yeah, you really can't use them for much else. But like, they're just fun to look at. They're fun to collect. I don't know. I like them. I like Tiddlywinks. Um, what are these? Fish, plastic fish things. I don't know I, they look like they're like a soft plastic, but I can't identify it, so I can't confirm. Tiara. Um, Unfortunately, this is a gender locked item typically. Um, I'll be honest though, like tiaras don't look like that cool or like that cute. I'd rather get like a if we're talking like head accessories, like head and hair accessories, I'd rather get like a like a cute little like flower pin that you can wear. Something like that would be nice, but tiara itself not that cool, honestly. Um I don't- I don't know if I want to like put it that low cuz maybe I'm treading on like if you're a woman and this was like and this felt nice. I don't know. But like I don't know. I don't really mess with gender, so sorry if you are a tiara liker. What are these? These look just like the things that you spin and they fly up, but or no, they glow. Is that what they are? They glow in the dark, and they are you supposed to spin them still? If these are just glow in the dark versions of these, then that puts them up. And even glow in the dark is automatically cooler. So, plastic whistle. This shit. I don't know if this shit ever works out of a goodie bag. I feel like it just always sucks. And also, if even if it does work, it's just such an annoying noise. You know, the most annoying kid in your party is going to get this, and they're going to be a little shit about it. So, in at its best, it's used for the worst, and at its worst, you can't even use it at all. So, fucking sucks. Um, Whoopee cushion, kind of funny if you can organically get this to work once, but it is kind of like a use it once at the party and that's it. This is not something you're gonna use that often. What is this? Or I think this is a wind up toy based on the feet. Um, they're kind of okay. I kind of I don't know. This is again, it could be a desk toy, but usually these don't have like that cool of a design or anything. They're more so focused on the like walking gimmick. They're okay. Like it's a neat gimmick, but not super exciting. Worm on a string. I never knew about this as a kid at all. I think the first time I really like internalized this as a thing was the fucking like Deltarune Spamton sweepstakes when one of the items was a worm on a string, but like Spamton worm, and that's when I like internalized what these are. Like I might have learned what they were before then, but I never like remembered after it. Um, so like retrospectively, like I never grew up with this, but it is kind of freaky. But I kind of like it. I kind of would dig collecting these if I was a kid. Like it's not as high as the plastic dinos, I think, but still actually kind of, and it has like a furry texture to it. Like it's actually like got some different material going on there. Like that's exciting. Um, yeah, yo-yo, pretty good toy. Sometimes sometimes it doesn't work that well, but I feel like it's usually good enough for at least you know a few days, and like You can do a lot of fun playing around with yo-yo. Like it's a good toy. It's pretty high up. I'd rather get a yo-yo than like probably most of these. It's just fun to play with. So now, fidget spinner, recent innovation in the last 10 years. Uh, I mean, here's the thing. They are like super abundant. I'm sure there are a ton of kids that had them already, but it is literally like in its name, it's a fidget toy, and it is like okay. Like I have a free fidget spinner that I got from the Iowa Soybean Research Center, and honestly, I'm playing with it now. It's like okay. It's not my favorite fidget toy really, but yeah, I mean this is like this. I'd rather get this than like most of the things in C tier. Yeah, I mean it will probably last like a decent while. I'm assuming they're pretty easy to make, so I think that's a solid get. All right, well that took me longer than I thought it was. You know, this is fine because I can just save all the actual good tier lists for when people are here. Hopefully, at the next one, everyone's gonna keep having to do tier lists on my own with no arguments. Okay. Should I do a second stream announcement after I've already done one? I don't know. Listen, let me look at whatever tier list I have before I get desperate to bring people in here. I've already done all my regular announcements, so I'm really just no. I gotta. Let's see. I want to do the white people songs tier list, but I really need white people to be here so I can argue with them. It's no fun if I can't complain about like AJR and um, Train and fucking chain smokers. Like I need some pushback on those. Hopefully. Um, let's see. Tropes maybe. True. Do I want to do food maybe? This one's so long. Should I do every music genre? 209 genres? That's kind of. Hmm. So much. Every superpower. No, that one's too interesting. Hmm. Let's see. Maybe this one is a bit more specific to my interests, and there might not be a ton of people care too much about this one. Okay, maybe do this one. Okay, sci-fi tropes. This I think ranges from this ranges from Star Wars stuff to like hard sci-fi stuff from like Dune and shit. I have a pretty big interest in sci-fi. I want to write like light sci-fi, so I have to at least know a little bit about it. Um, yeah, there's some color coding here, but I'm not actually convinced that it. I don't know what the color coding is for, honestly. Um, maybe like media it's from. I'm not sure. It doesn't seem to be a lot of theming within each color. I don't know. Uh, let's just start with like interspecies translators. So if there were aliens, they would definitely speak different languages. That makes sense. I this is like kind of almost. I feel like this is almost like a necessary if you have aliens in your story. Like it just makes sense. Why wouldn't you have translators? Like I don't get excited by it, but it's just maybe I need a different tier, like around here, like just useful. It's just you might need it. Like I think that's fine. Also, no F. Why do people keep omitting F? You can't do F anymore in tier list because of woke. It's weird. Okay, yeah. It's just yeah. If you have aliens, you're gonna probably want interspecies translators. So, hyperspace. Um, I think this specifically refers to like. Actually, are these TV tropes based or? Let me look this up. No, I don't think so. They're not literally TV tropes. Tropes. They're probably just off the top of the creator's head. Um, okay, yeah, hyperspace is like how there's like this weird subset of space that you can like use to the advantage of like travel, like faster than light travel. Um, I mean, I think wormholes are like interesting, and this is basically just a more advanced version of that. I don't think it's like that. crazy. It doesn't excite me at all, but it's completely fine. I'm not gonna look down upon a story for having it. Little Green Men for Aliens is a very cartoony trope. Um, I think you could do it well if it's maybe done in like a creepy way, but anymore it's kind of dated. It's more interesting if the aliens are like a bit more freaky, like not even like humanoid in shape. So, like these are fine for like very simple stories that don't even like like cartoon stories. Like this is fine, but if you're trying to write like actual proper sci-fi, then it's kind of no, it's kind of lame. Blue explosions. That is very specific. I don't know if I've. Oh, okay. They're talking about like. Yeah, okay. Now I have seen this. It's like a big blast of energy or whatever. They look fine. It does not excite me at all, but I also don't pay that much attention to it. Blue and silver or black, blue and silver slash black color scheme. Okay, blue and silver color scheme. I'm trying to like get it like. Okay, we're thinking of like a cold. Uh, okay. I'm trying to like reference like yeah like Tron. Okay, they mean like the chrome. Yeah, the all the steel, like the very fancy cities and high tech doors and ships. Okay, that's what they mean. That is a little bit tropey. That is a little bit. It's a little overdone. I don't care that much. But I will notice it if it shows up. I don't know. It's not gonna detract, and it could look cool. So maybe I'm not that harsh on it. Only one species per planet. It's a little. Yeah, I mean that's pretty. That's just kind of lazy. It is more interesting if like there's different fauna and animals that we wouldn't have. Yeah, that is kind of taking away from like immersion a little bit. If this is like only humans, however, then that's fine because like if that just means like we didn't find aliens and there's like only humans expanding out. That's fine. I'm fine with that. But aliens are giant bugs. So like Starship Troopers. I'm fine with this. This is just. I guess it's more. I guess my problem with this is like if they use this as a way to justify like killing a bunch of aliens, then it's lame. But in general, if it like is trying to do something more interesting, like Starship Troopers, where they're actually like they can empathize and shit like that, like I do think it's interesting to explore like more animalistic aliens that wouldn't be able to necessarily communicate. Yeah, sure. Artificial gravity generators. I'm gonna put this into useful. I think it's fine. Like I guess it's well, I guess it's not necessary to have in your story, but I really don't care. I will not notice or mind too much. Space-time continuum. This is well, kind of a broad. This is a big. I mean, it's kind of. It's kind of just physics. Like, I think this is fine. Like, it's a thing from physics, so it's not a big deal. Like, maybe for specific examples, it might be obnoxious, but I really can't imagine this being too bad. Um, Generation ships do these mean like the? Okay, yeah, it's a it's a ship that takes a while to reach nearby stars. So basically, the original people manning the ship, they have to trust their descendants to continue the work. So yeah, interesting. I like space travel that takes a long ass time still because that's kind of realistic and you can explore some decent scenarios of that. Yeah, I think there's some interesting stories to be had with that. Holographic screens, don't care. It's fine. Not a big deal. Asteroid belts, again, that's just a thing that happens. It's like it's not that crazy. Stasis chambers, okay. Um, Maybe an inverse of the generation ships is like most of the people on the ship are actually in stasis and they just sleep for a long time until they reach their destination. Um, they're good because you can limit the amount of characters on like a ship. You don't have to deal with like 5,000 people. You can just deal with like 5 people manning it. Um, so it's useful for that. It's not. I. It's fine. Like it's a bit cliche, I suppose, but it's also not a big deal. Maybe a C tier. 2D black holes. What the hell does that mean? I'm not sure I know what they're talking about. Do they mean like a portal? I'm assuming not. I don't know what they mean. Or is it like a black hole that is literally a like a vortex of sorts? Okay, I'm seeing like some images that maybe kind of look like that. Um, I mean, I guess it's unrealistic, is it? I suppose I don't really care that much. I don't think I would notice it. Now, scientists who are experts in every field, I don't know if I've seen a story that used this. I don't remember it, but that is dumb. Obviously, very few polymaths can be good at everything. Like it's not gonna be. It's more interesting if there's different specialists and their research like overlaps occasionally. Like yeah, not realistic. It's just also it's just lazy. It's the problem really. You can just have multiple characters if you need experts. Um, Aliens who speak English, kind of dumb. If it's like they can translate and like understand human English, like if they're really good at learning it and they like prep and they can just speak it because they learned it, yeah, just fine. But like they just already know English, dumb. It would be immersion breaking. It would be very immersion breaking. Yeah. Wormholes can be very cliche, but they can also be kind of cool. I think honestly my problem with wormholes nowadays is just like every time a character has to explain it, they treat the other character like a child or something. They're not that hard to understand. They're like not that crazy of an idea. Things coming out of black holes. Outer Wilds kind of does this, not really, but in a way. Um, I I guess I prefer black holes just being black holes that can only really take things in because that's more realistic. But I don't know. It doesn't. If they have a reason for doing this, it wouldn't break the story. I guess. FDL travel. If it's like hyperspace stuff, then whatever. Like wormhole stuff is fine. I don't care too much about like that it breaks physics a little bit. Whatever. If you need to like make it so you can travel between planets faster or whatever. Warp drive, this happens a lot. It's so commonplace that I don't really care. Um, Aliens only caring about America, yeah, that is pretty bad. It's very egocentric and dumb. They would obviously not know that, like right away, that America was even as popular as it is, and also, even if they did know, they probably still want to hear like about, you know, 90% of the population. So pretty bad. Every planet having Earth-like gravity is also pretty dumb. I think some video games do this probably, just because it's easier to program, but or like they'll have like a little bit of variance, but yeah, I mean, I think there should be some planets that like are just super dangerous to explore. I think that's more interesting. More interesting. Flushing toilet black holes. Now I do know what this is talking about. Again, it's like kind of like I don't care that much, really. Okay. Um, Crazy scientist who jeopardizes the crew. Um, Depends on their motivation. Like it could be good, it could be kind of lame and contrived. It depends. I'm I know a lot of these are C, but this is the first C where I feel like I'm actually conflicted. Like it can be good, um, if they have a good motivation for it. If they've like been researching stuff, or like their like mission goal is just very, they realize like it's very stupid and insane, and they're trying to convince everyone else that it's also insane. Like warn the rest of the crew. But if it can be like kind of contrived sometimes. I don't know. Ring-shaped spaceship. I think this is. I don't know what the earliest example of this is, but the earliest example I know of is 2001, and that's pretty cool. I really like it in 2001, so I'm gonna say B. Nuclear reactors generating power. Uh, they do that. I'm assuming this means for like a ship, but like that's not that crazy. They generate a lot of power, so if you have a really big ship, it's fine. Slimy aliens. I'm fine with that. I don't know if I'd be like super excited, but yeah, different aliens are cool. Time dilation. Interstellar did that very well. Um, there's a scene in there about time dilation that always makes me tear up. So can be used to very good effect. So centrifugal gravity. That again, this is just physics shit. Not that crazy. Time loop. Okay, this is almost. You don't have to have sci-fi to do time loop. There's a lot of time loop stories that don't do that. Don't do a sci-fi at all. I'm trying to think of like okay, sci-fi time loops. I mean, it's the same as a time loop. Like a time loop can be very very good. Some of my favorite stories are about time loops, like Outer Wilds. That is a sci-fi time loop game that's very very good. And Stars in Time isn't sci-fi, but it's about a time loop. Very good. Um, yeah, it's I think there's a reason it's well regarded. It's you can deconstruct characters that way. Like it's an impossible scenario, but it's fun to think about. Alien eggs just makes sense if you have aliens that aren't super humanoid. A lot of animals on Earth lay eggs. It's fine. Um, teleporting. Okay, so like Star Trek. There are some interesting conundrums about like how it actually works. Like, is it really teleporting your body, or is it just deconstructing and reconstructing the atoms in the exact arrangement? In which case, every time you teleport, you die. I think that's interesting. If it's like Star Trek method, then it is like probably one of the most impossible, even for sci-fi. It's one of the most impossible like things to happen still. Um, the way that like Soma conceptualizes it, basically, it's basically teleporting. I mean, the same idea. Uh, I think that is very interesting. If it's not that, then I kind of uh it's definitely pushing the limits of like what I can reasonably believe in a story, but I don't know. I mean, it depends on the stuff surrounding it, I guess. If a story is trying to be grounded and there's a lot of realistic stuff, but then they put in teleporting, that's gonna be a red flag. It's gonna be an eyebrow raising moment, but otherwise, it's okay. Like it could be good. I don't know. I'll take the median of all possible outcomes. Time travel in general, though, can be very good, can be very convoluted. Again, it's kind of up in the air. Um, I'm gonna take the average of all time travel stories. I think there are some really good time travel stories, some really bad ones. Flying saucer, like the UFO. Uh, I like the subversion of this trope, like in Nope. That's done really, really, really well. Uh, but just in general, it's a very cartoony thing. It's the same level as Little Green Men. So assuming this is like unironic flying saucer, then yeah. Ship's cat. Weird that it's a trope, but I guess it's true. There are some spaceships that just have a cat or other animal, I suppose. Um, it's just I can't care that much about it. It's just a pet. We like pets. It is a companion for the people on the ship. It's whatever. Who has like a strong opinion on that? Giant spaceships exploding. It's a little tropey when like they blow up one part of the spaceship and then like everything just blows up after that. Um, like the Death Star kind of makes sense because it's like, oh, that's the weak spot. That's like the central core or whatever. But yeah, it's a little bit of a cliche when it would be interesting to see spaceships that maybe can like detach from itself, like in order to save itself. In that case, because this is kind of just like how pirates sink ships. I feel like it'd be more interesting if your ship can adapt a bit more if it's a bit sturdier. Even if there's a hole in it, like it's possible to live with. It would be more interesting. It'd be interesting to see a spaceship that's like very bruised up and got straight up like holes in it that are just like inaccessible rooms or whatever. That'd be more interesting. Space battles. If you have people in space and ships, eventually, I would imagine they get weapons eventually. Probably. Dogfights are cool to watch. It's completely reasonable, and in many cases pretty fun. So bringing extinct creatures back to life, like Jurassic Park, I suppose. I mean, Jurassic Park is good. It's interesting. Uh, I mean, it's not too far fetched. I think if you have like very fancy gene editing, then like you can kind of reasonably what's the term called, like suspend your disbelief. It's fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Nothing too exciting. Med bay such sick bay. If you have a ship with a lot of people, you're gonna need a doctor, whatever. Designer babies. Okay, finally, this is a bit more unique. I do think this is interesting to me. The idea of like gene editing with like CRISPR and shit. Maybe it wouldn't be like CRISPR, but like gene editing like the perfect babies to have. You know, oh, they're gonna grow so perfectly. They're gonna have this hair, this color eyes. They'll be this tall. They'll be super smart. They won't have any diseases. I think there's a lot of tension you can explore with like how, like obviously, if you can prevent your baby from having like a life threatening illness with gene editing, I think it's a moral imperative that you should take that before they're born. I think that's very reasonable. Most people would agree with that. But should you be allowed to control how tall your baby is kind of like a weird question. Like, I think there's a lot of tension and like weird, strange relationships with like how people even today still kind of hold on to like eugenics in some sense, even if their intention doesn't on the surface level seem like malicious. There's still a bit of that old rhetoric sometimes. I think this is a very interesting concept. I'm gonna bump it up to A because I don't see. I feel like this doesn't happen that much. Maybe not in the stories I read, at least. And it's becoming a bit more of an active conversation to think about. So yeah, alien monarchies. Is this like like bee monarchies, like queens and stuff, like a animal structure? I think it's fine. I don't think it's too cliche. I think you do fine stuff of it. It's fine. Every trait has just one gene. What is that? Wait. Every trait has just one gene. Oh, okay. So it's like if we're going back to gene editing, they're like, oh, if we edit just this one gene, it'll affect how intelligent your child is, I guess. Yeah, I guess it's unrealistic, but it's also like I think the main reason this would exist is just because the reality is like a bit more complicated and like yeah, there's it's gonna be affected by multiple genes, but I don't care that much about it. It's not gonna break my immersion. Lasers, I'm fine with. Uh, there's like different. It's interesting there's different like levels of lasers. Like in Star Wars, they don't comment on it most of the time, but their lasers are basically like instant death rays. That's why like if you get hit even like in the chest, it's like instant death. I don't know how it works, but even though they don't seem to pass through people, I usually it is just like an instant death ray, which is interesting. Um, but there's also different kinds of lasers and different stories where like they will pass through objects and people, or they will be more like they'll have more like impact. Maybe they are more like true to like actual lasers that like are just they travel at light and just slice things and like heat things up, stuff like that. There's some room for different interpretations. It's fine. Ship AI called Mother. That is a little cliche. Yeah, I just like what I wouldn't expect this of a story now. I would hope. You should try and make your AI a little more interesting. Incubated babies. This kind of goes with wherever it was stasis chambers. Honestly, like it's kind of in the same field for me, wherever that was. I'm just gonna put it in C tier. Cowardly crew member jeopardizes crew. I do like this kind of. Um, I like human folly. I like human emotion propelling bad things to happen. I mean, this is kind of the basis of like a lot of tragedies is people are overcome by their emotions and do something they regret. Um, I think this is fine. I like it more than the crazy scientist, I guessed. I mean, it can be cliche if again it's, but if it makes sense for the character, then it's fine. I kind of like it. Spaceship decks, it's spaceship probably would need it if it's really big. It's fine. It's not that crazy. Human. Okay, robot stuff. Finally. Hang on, I need to take a drink. Humanoid robots. I think some people roll their eyes at them. I definitely don't like android robots where they actually look like humans. Like Blade Runner robots, I kind of like for purposes of the story, yeah, they're robots, but to me, they're not like robots and like vibes. It's just um like they literally look the same is the problem. But if we're just talking like humanoid shape, I'm fine with that still cuz if you live in a world controlled and like entirely processed by humans, really, like everything's built for the purpose of humans, it makes sense to have a humanoid shape if you're gonna like try to like navigate through that world, and to like use things that humans do. It makes sense to have a humanoid shape. Now there are certain things that like you shouldn't like need, like sleep perhaps, or maybe you could have slightly different legs or limbs. Certainly you don't need like the same types of heads probably, but for the most part, I think this is completely fine. Um, I like robots, and yeah, this is a good version of robot. I'm fine with it. Space jargon, so like Star Wars shit. I am thinking of. It depends. Like Dune space jargon is fine because I can feel when they use the words in Dune that it typically has like some lore and like some deep history behind it. Whereas Star Wars, it usually feels a bit contrived and just like, oh, we're in Star Wars. There's a whole Star War out there. Um, so I don't know, middle of the road. Multiverse, I don't like multiverse stories already. Typically, um, well, okay, I like some multiverse stories for sure. Like Everything Ever All at Once, I like, but um, I feel like multiverse in a sci-fi setting, if you're establishing that as like a thing that can happen, I'm kind of like suspicious of. I'm getting like a little like anxious if the sci-fi story I'm like engaging in has a multiverse that is constantly in play. Um, Evil AI, like 2001, of course. Many other stories. Smart House. If anyone watched that, um, uh, it's getting to the point where it feels cliche. Like I'm not engaging with this as like current AI. I'm engaging with this as like AI as like a very very intelligent thing that can make its own decisions and does have like some like almost uh, they're like maybe not quite sentient, but they're pretty close to it. Um, it can be very well done. Obviously, I like how it's done in 2001. I have no mouth and I must scream, but it can also be very cliche. I Are there any stories I can think of that like have the AI like a disembodied voice AI, which I'm surprised it's not here as a trope. But like a disembodied voice like Hal, but like it actually turns out to be good. I can't think of a story where that happens. Like there are robots that turn good and are loyal and nice, but that's usually just because they're helping like the humans out, so they get to live and be cool. Um, I can't think of like a good AI that's like, oh, I'm gonna protect the humans no matter what, or like a self-sacrifice or like I can't think of that. So I would like to see a subversion of this trope. So I guess I can't put it that high if I want to see it subverted so bad. Um, but like I'm not. It doesn't necessarily mean a bad thing for the story. It's just a common thing. Now, sentient AI in general, I like. Um, I like the tension of like especially if the AI just gains sentience and like has to deal with it. If this is like a core element of like character development and stuff, um, almost like a GLaDOS type thing. This can be very cool. Uh, Otherwise, it's just like an AI that happens be to have feelings, I guess, but just still cool. Yeah, I'm chill with it. Blasters, completely fine. I don't care that much. I'm fine with them in Star Wars. They're fine in other things. Whatever. Aliens coming to Earth. Depends on the reason. If it's just like War of the Worlds ship, where they're just trying to invade and shit. Yeah, whatever. If it's like arrival shit, where they're like trying to communicate and shit, and like spread their language, that's cool. I don't know. A lot of room for this, so I can't really put it anywhere definitive. Trapped on a planet. Okay. Pretty good. I like survival stories, I think. Yeah. I like The Martian. I think that's fun. Um I think I like Trigun. That also is a pretty big element of that story, I think. So yeah. I don't know if it's like if I get excited for it, but it's not done that often. typically in a sci-fi story, they have like spaceships that like they go to a lot of planets is the point. So actually to like subvert that and to only be stuck on one planet, that's like Subnautica. I like Subnautica. I despite all the bugs, I do like Subnautica the game. That's a huge part of it. So yeah, yeah, actually I do like it. Laser guns go pew pew. It's fine. It's fine. It's a distinctive noise. We're so trained to hear it that like it makes sense to us. If they make a different noise, it might be interesting, but it also might distract people. They're like, oh, that's not the noise I think it would make. That's not the noise it makes in Star Wars. So I don't know. It's a bit of a utility trope at this point. Sometimes you just kind of have to if you're gonna put lasers in there. Boxy rectangular robots. Um, this can also be really good actually. Interstellar does this with TARS and shit, and I like their designs. Um, and I like TV heads, and I like yeah, I like weird shaped robots. Yeah, I think those are good. Oh, oh God, wait, this one first. Aliens supposed to kill all humans. Um, again, depends on motivation. I don't remember what their motivation is in like Independence Day and shit, or like War. I think War of the Worlds is they're just like kind of animalistic or some shit. Um, it depends. I definitely think it's more interesting in when they just want to like communicate like a rival, but I don't know. I wouldn't mind a story where like they try to kill all humans and humanity loses. Like Half-Life 2, the premise for that is kind of this. They don't fully go true of it, but they basically conquer the humans. Uh yeah, I mean, mm, this the problem of this is that sometimes it delves into like humanity rocks territory, and I'm not a big fan of like humanity rules so much. Look at how we killed all these aliens, like the stuff that like Starship Troopers is making fun of. I don't really like that. Like human morale, human spirit, whatever the hell, the human condition, whatever. Like sure, the the human resolve is cool and all, but I still want like good motivations for why the aliens are doing this. Like, mm, it can go either way. Now this, yeah, this is what I was talking about. Like like when a scientist explains what a wormhole is, they just always do this where it's like, well, imagine these 2 points on this sheet of paper are different points in space. Now, if I fold the paper and punch a hole through these points, now I can access it with the pencil. Like, and it's always sometimes they do it to like a scientist, which is just like stupid. Like it's not I understand they have to explain to the audience just in case, but like it's not that hard of a concept, honestly. I think it's very overdone. It's very annoying to see. Okay. Alternate timelines. This is in the same territory as multiverse. This is scary sometimes. This is again can be very good, like everything ever all at once, but in general, I get kind of scared when a story pulls these out. I don't know. Cloning, who can be very interesting. Um, what was the last like story about cloning that I remember? Clones, human clones. I think it is grounds for some interesting exploration. If they commit to like exploring this, I think it's a pretty interesting trope. Sunray. completely fine. Whatever. Splitting timelines. This is kind of alternate timeline, but I guess a bit more. This would be like time travel back, and then like you do something different, and it splits timelines. I mean, Steins Gate did this, and I do like Steins Gate, so I guess I can't put it that low. Although, I mean, I also don't. I like everything everywhere all at once, but I don't like these generally, like all the time. I don't know. I have a little more faith if the story just does this instead of like, I don't know. Yeah, maybe the timeline stuff just goes here, and then multiverse. Multiverse is a bit more contrived to me. At least this fits for like time travel stuff. Organ harvesting, like black market stuff. Um, has it's fine. I don't have a strong opinion on it. I'm fine with like black markets and like illegal operations happening in space. I think it's fine. I think Cowboy Bebop has a ton of that. It makes sense if you have a lot of planets that can't be regulated all at once. Robot pretending to be human. Okay. There's a lot of baggage with this. Okay. I'm this. Okay, so it must mean if they're pretending to be human, I think it means in the Blade Runner sense. Like they literally look like humans and they're just trying to act human, which, to be fair, the way some of those robots act that look like humans, they already kind of act human already, which is I guess part of the point of those stories. But um, phew, they, I want to like this. There's a lot of interesting ground for this. Um, hmm, but the way it appears in a lot of stories is very cliche. I don't know. I want. I'm gonna say B, but with the asterisk that like this can go wrong in the wrong hands. But I myself think this is interesting, and I would like to see stories that do this well. So, post-apocalyptic, I think it's fine. Yeah, so maybe a little cliche now, but like I'm still fine with it. I actually enjoy some post-apocalypse stuff. So, human versus robot war, it's like Terminator and stuff. Uh, depends on motivations. Like in Dune, they did that for some specific reasons. Uh if it's just like the robots are evil and want to kill humans, like that's lame. That's boring. I don't know. If it has good motivations, it could be good, but kind of a blank slate otherwise. Giant humanoid army robots. Giant army of humanoid robots. Okay. Um. Uh. Uh. Okay, so it's like again a little bit Terminator. I think. Hmm. They also do this in Star Wars actually, like quite a bit in the prequels. Um. I think this can be good if the robots have like a bit of free will and like if there's a bit of conflict and tension there with like what robots want versus like what they're supposed to do. But otherwise these are just kind of like cannon fodder and then I just don't really care about that. Like in Star Wars, they have a bunch of humanoid robots in the prequel movies that really only exists just to have the bad guys kill things that aren't technically human, so they don't really have to care about the consequences. So like, it's dumb, in that sense. But I'm sure it can be good if it's done well. Hypnosis? I don't know why that's a sci-fi thing. I don't know why that's there. I can't really think of uh like they can induce hypnosis with like a technology thing. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be. Alien pretending to be human. Okay. This one has to be contrived in a little bit cuz like okay, I'm guessing this is like okay, wait. No. The I don't remember there's a classic literary story about this, but I don't remember the name. Um but yeah, okay. Actually, They Live does this, I remember. Okay, yeah. So aliens pretending to be human, they're like trying to infiltrate and pretend. Ah, I am okay with this. I don't know. This could be very cartoony. In fact, I'm gonna say actually most of the time this is very cartoony and doesn't really lead to anything like that interesting, like thematically. I'm sure you can do it well, but I just can't think of something right now that where it's really like I don't know. I mean, it serves its purpose and like stuff like They Live, but in general, I don't really think it's that cool or anything. Okay, broken slash lost fuel source. It's I feel like it's just bound to happen if you have that. It doesn't seem unreasonable. Alien cat dog equivalent. I think it's actually it's cool. I like it. It's fine. Mind reading. I'm assuming from aliens or stuff like that. Or I guess maybe really advanced technology. Um, pretty. Uh, I guess they do this in Star Wars, kind of. Uh, eh, it's fine. I don't really care that much, but like, it's just not something I've ever cared about. Like in X Men, Professor Xavier does this, and I've never felt that much attachment to it. It's just kind of whatever. Alien crash lands on Earth. That is a little more interesting than. Yeah, I mean, I think it could fall into cliche again, but still, it's all right. Conlings, I do respect an offer that goes through like actual effort to make a fictional language that like actually has logic to it, instead of just like the usual like garbled, um, high pitched alien speak that is a trope. I do think constructing like a real language is interesting. AI singularity, so they're like super intelligent. Uh, can be good. I mean, sometimes it's kind of cliche, like in Terminator. Sometimes it's kind of actually very interesting, like in I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream. I like it. Uh, it's kind of just a blank thing. If you have an AI story, there's I'm fine with this existing. Space Pirates, I'm gonna give it a B because I really like Cowboy Bebop, and I, yeah, I think it's fun to have like dogfights and low class civilians fighting and some conflict there. I think it's fun. Any simulation, okay. So like Matrix shit, that's cool and all, but like some of like the Black Mirror stuff that does this can be very hit or miss. I don't know. It's okay. I would, I don't know. I feel like some stories that do this, they don't really engage a lot with like the philosophy of it. Here's the thing. Like to me, if everything I'm in is a simulation, I don't fucking care. I'm still gonna treat people like the same. I don't have a reason not to, really. The reason the simulation is interesting, like the Matrix, is like there is a completely different world in the real world that like has a bunch of shit going wrong. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It can be good. It can be bad. I know that's my answer for like half of the list, but I guess I didn't realize that most tropes are kind of just commonplace for a reason. They're just kind of there. Whether they're good or bad really depends on the writer. This doesn't contain a lot of like actual TV tropes. It's kind of disappointing. I think there's a lot of like more specific tropes that would be interesting. Human pretending to be alien. Okay, this is getting complicated. How do you do this? I'm trying to. I can't even conceive of how you would do this, honestly. Unless it's like super cartoony. I don't know. I cannot conceive of how you would do that and have it make sense. Telekinesis. They do this in Star Wars with the Force, basically. It's. Uh, if it's for a fantastical story, it's completely fine. If it's a grounded story at all, if it's any kind of grounded, immediately a bit suspicious. Area 51, kind of weird. I mean, I really don't care that much about Area 51. It's not that interesting to me. I don't believe many of the conspiracy theories about it. I kind of think that it's, I don't know. I don't think it's that interesting. And it's a bit cliche. Space Nazis, so I mean, Star Wars is the Empire. See, before Andor, the show came out, I would say kind of whatever. However, if you commit to this like Andor does and really treat it like it's a fascist government, then oh my god, it can be very, very good. So I'll put it higher up there. Planets exploding, also from Star Wars, for sure. Um, it's a lot of implications about like in Star Wars. They like the first Star Wars movie. They kill like to billions of people in like 2 seconds. It's a very on. It's such a massive amount of death that you can't even conceive of it. Um, I don't know. It's kind of a lot. I feel like if you have this happening, you have to commit to being a very big story. You can't do this in like a very small grounded story. And I don't know. I'm a little anxious around this. Like it's a very big scale to be doing this shit. Nanotechnology, it can be pretty interesting. A lot of the times it's just used to like, oh, they can make armor. They can have all sorts of helpers. Like it's not that crazy sometimes when it shows up. It can be like kind of interesting. 1777 6 or 1700 776, the story by John Boy or John Boaz. They have like nanotechnology that keeps all humans immortal at all times, and they're just always around. They don't acknowledge it all the time, but it's kind of just always there, which is interesting. Um, but can be used to ill or a good effect. Galactic Empire again. I just same thing with Andor. If it's done well, it's really good. The answer is always blowing stuff up. Very cliche. Um, yeah, I don't really care too much about like very fancy, flashy conflict. As long as it has emotional weight, it'll be good. Um, Asteroid mining, I don't mind it. I mean, it makes complete sense. Like there are still rich people proposing that we do this now, instead of focus on any of Earth's problems. But this makes sense that it would happen if space travel was a thing. Unobtainium, um, so like just any element that doesn't exist on Earth that has like special properties. Fine, I'm fine with it. Interstellar expansion. Um, Again, like it just makes sense, doesn't it? If you have space travelers and a lot of people, it'll just happen. Green text on a black screen. This is reserved for like the older movies, like Alien and stuff, Star Wars. I kind of. Um, this is fine. Um, if they mean like computer screens, then that is a little cliche, but also it looks cool, and I like a bit of retrofuturism, so I'm fine with it. Falling into a black hole depends. Interstellar has a pretty interesting approach to it. I know some people don't like how they do that in Interstellar, but I kind of like it. Um, uh, you have to really suspend your disbelief, but it can be cool. Space armies, fine with it. Self-destructing spaceships, that is a little cliche. I don't know why you would like airplanes don't have a self-destruct button. Why would you? I just and what's where when would you ever need like if you need to detonate something so that like some space pirates are like rummaging through your ship and like you need them to die or something, you don't need a self-destruct button. You can just like have some explosives and bombs that you probably already have if you're doing like all this like militant shit. You just like prime that around your command center or whatever and just like use your timer or whatever to or like even fucking just have a thing, just have a button to press and detonate it on like a different ship or something. It is a little cliche and doesn't really make much sense most of the time. Dyson Sphere. I don't see many stores that do this, but it makes sense. It's based off a real idea. Alien hiding from U.S. government. I mean, that is realistic. If I was an alien and I was in the U.S., I'd probably also do the same thing. Space bars. Oh, okay. Like the Star Wars cantina, or like I'm sure there's a ton in Cowboy Bebop. Uh, I'm fine with them. I, it's convenient because a lot of different people gather in bars, and I'm sure a lot of people talk in bars, so it's just convenient to have uh third third spaces like this in your story if you need to establish like stuff that's happening between people. Steampunk, this is almost like it is, I guess, based on sci-fi, but it is weird to see it here. But generally, I like it. Like Full Metal Alchemist is pretty steampunk, and I like that aesthetic. I'm sure it can be overdone. I know there was a time where it was like the kind of rage, like everybody loves steampunk, but I feel like it's fallen back down in popularity now. That like it's not that crazy now. It makes sense. Space armor for women is metal underwear. Uh, yeah, pretty bad. I don't even remember. Like, is there space armor for women is metal underwear? I can't even remember a story or like a game that does this, but I'm sure it's happened. And in which case, it's stupid. But alien refugees. Oh, okay. There's a lot of ground to explore here. You got to be careful about how you approach this, but in general, I would prefer a sci-fi story to maybe have some political commentary. Yeah. In fact, I'm kind of surprised that there's not a ton of like politics in here, considering it's a big part of a lot of sci-fi, like politics and philosophy. This is really more about like film language and writing, like setting tropes. This isn't a whole lot of like thematic tropes, I feel. Single biome planets, kind of lame. I mean, it can be cool to have like it's an only desert planet, or like Subnautica, it's all ocean. Um, Depends. It's a bit cliche, but it can be okay. All planets have Earth gravity. That's already There was already one exactly like this. Yeah, every planet has Earth-like gravity. I guess this is just a more literal version where every planet has Earth gravity, like exactly. In which case, obviously dumb. Obviously, not every planet's going to be shaped and have the same composition as Earth. AI actually sucks. I That is interesting. Um, yeah, I like. I'm sure definitely now there's tons of stories gonna be there that are gonna be written about how AI is actually pretty useless, and I mean it can be pretty misleading, of course, and can be misled to the wrong conclusions. So yeah, I like a twist on like it's almost like a subversion of like the intelligent AI trope. It basically is like, oh, AI is actually kind of stupid in a sense. Um, yeah, no, I'm fine with that. Um, Spaceports makes sense if you have space travel. Cyberpunk, it's a little bit. It can be very cliche, but I like the aesthetic, and I like some of the ideas that it tries to present. I like a sci-fi that's not quite like a leaving the solar system sci-fi. Um, I don't necessarily always want like a sci-fi story that's about big space travel and all that. Like I like grounded sci-fi, and cyberpunk is a bit closer to that. Um, Although it still can be a little fantastical with it, but not too bad. Space drugs kind of goes with cyberpunk. Although yeah, a little more fantastical typically. Usually it's like a from like some plant from some plant on like a different planet. Um, in which case it makes sense, honestly, so it's not that crazy. Sound in space. I mean, we all know there's no sound in space, but like, yeah, I mean, it would break my immersion a little bit, but I also don't really care that much. It's fine. Okay, wow, that was a really long list. There's a lot of C's, but actually, you know, I like some tropes. I like this genre sometimes. Okay, well, that was very. There's a lot. Do I have a short tier list to maybe end it off with? Because that was a very long one, and we're still no viewers in, so I'm gonna try to do one last short tier list, and then I will do this stream. I'll do a tier list stream again when there's actually people that can show up, because I want to argue about some shit. Um, but I don't know. It's Sunday afternoon. What are people doing? Are they going to church? I don't know. I this is why I'm experimenting with all the time slots. I need to figure out when's my what times to my advantage. Okay. Let's see. Uh oh boy. Let's just take a nice chill last tier list of um a bunch of Roblox games. Exactly 893 of them. Should be pretty easy to go through if we just start now. If it takes me about, only 1 second for each one, it should only take me about 15 minutes. So, shouldn't be too bad to end it off with. Um, Adopt Me, New Jungle Pets and Supermarket. I don't know. I haven't played it. Murder Mystery with Blade. I haven't played it. Brookhaven. I haven't played it. Tower of Hell. Is that the dropper? Blox Fruits. I have played Blox Fruits. I'll give a solid A for Blox Fruits. I played like 5 minutes of it and it was pretty good. Speedrun 4. That looks like Mario Kart. I haven't played it. Natural Disaster. That's an S. That's a classic. That's the classic goat. But the Boat Return. I haven't played this. I haven't played this. I haven't played Souls RNG. I haven't played My Hero Academia. I haven't played Tower Defense. I haven't played Garden Tower Defense. I haven't played Please Donate, or Slap Battles, or Evade, or 400 meters, or Steep Steps. Is this fucking a Peak ripoff? Fuck you. Or I don't even know what that is. Rap Battles. I haven't played. Obby Creator. I haven't played. I haven't played this. I haven't played this. Just JoJo, JJPS, Shockwave Racing, Hook Obby, Ability Wars, Duck, Scythe, Ohio, Try to Die, World, UPD, Meme, Escape, Abyss, Cuphead, fuck you, Car Obby, Music Album, Mario, Cat Trip, whatever that is, McDonald's, Obby, Drawn to Life, Money, Gumby, Temple Run, Chainsaw Man, and Skip Pie, Lava Boy and Water Girl, Meme Simulator, Fund, Fortnite, Emote, VR. Why is it VR? The Crusher, R, the language, make art, earn money. Yeah, right. Guilty. Why is the Simpsons couch there? Tsunami game. Please. VR hands. Cat. Play. Buy food. Engineering. Bloxburg. Furry. Why is it like an album? Grimace. Five Nights. Five Nights. Earn. Five Nights. Man. Bingo. Roblox. Jump Force. SCP Tycoon. Cities. 2. 5. Intruder. Brain. World. Goofy. Prison. Sonics. Baldi. Robot. Anima. Soup. Meme Facility. Michael's. Bigfoot. And Jump Force. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Swipe. Boxing Beta. 5. Carnival of Terror Doors. It's it's a Cabin in the Woods. Arsenal, The Hood, Gotcha, Oddworld, Versus, 5, Yip, Task, Entrenched, Cook Burgers, Charge, Clown, Dragon Rage, Book of Monsters, Drama Island, Ludo, Gay Block, Fishing, Tower, Animal, B, Jail, Roblox, Mimic, Pizza, Run, Dungeon, Dress, Silent, Dream, Boys vs. Girls, Retail, Cats, Phantom, Bed Wars, fuck you, what the Theme Park, Quid Game, Teeper, Roblox, Lumion, Flag, Type, Plane, Bomb, Genius, Prison, Elephant, Plague, Baby, Shark, Bomb, Emoji, Samurai, Muscle, Horrific, Tower, Jenga, Prison. How much more are left? I have hang on. I need water. Wait, I'm almost at 3 hours. Oh, I hit 3 hours. Oh, I can end stream now, can't I? Now I I don't know who was making me stream for the 3 hours before I could end stream, but now I can end stream, can't I? I could. I could end stream now if I wanted to. You know, I could end stream right now, and nobody would be the wiser. Nobody would care. I'd be free to do whatever I want, and you know, nobody would be hurt. In fact, people might be less hurt if I end stream right now. But you know what? Yeah, I'll end stream right now. Let me get some water, then I'll end the stream for real. Don't think I got a single viewer. I did get that one spam bot chatter, but that was a completely empty stream. You know, sometimes you just get the wrong time. Everybody's busy, everybody's got better things to do, and that's fine, you know. Yeah, but it's just a shame that, you know, nobody can see the stuff you say. You don't have anybody to talk to. But it's fine, I mean, I can, you know, I don't have to worry about performing too well. You know, no point in wasting my effort in a bit if it's not gonna, you know, hit anywhere. If a tree falls in the forest and nobody's around to hear it, then who gives a fuck? So why even make the tree fall in the first place? So you know who really cares? I mean, at least I don't have to the pressure to do anything crazy or anything stupid that would be a waste of my time. You know, instead of wasting my time now talking to nobody, I can just, you know, do other stuff. I can cook and write and read, and I can do all of that. And but first, just a couple more rankings. Please know me. Here, Sushi, Supreme Court. Build it. Awoo. Agents. Death Run. Blocks Hunt. cartoon animator. Epic minigames, sword fight, paint, wizard, survive, area 51, infinite road trip, mask, zombie attack, roblox, blocks and props, Duta Blaster, hobby, update, hide, script, can, esque, funk, roblox, toy, wacky, kaiju, Mike, sun, sword, survive, furry, paraphobia, rate my avatar, broken bone 4, cake, no cake, bear asterisk, robots is for robots, teacher, squid, burger, AI, get eaten, it's creepypasta, spider, Mickey, Gurg, meatball, photo drama, murder island, Razor Flopper 2, Razor Penny, and City Chapter 2, Granny Multiplayer, Mr. Beast, RoTube Live, Noob Famous, NPCs are becoming smart, Carl's gonna run fast, get a snack at 4 AM, get a grimace check at 3 AM, be that get milk, Doom, Banana, Roblox, Skibidi, Roblox, World, Creepypasta, Outlaster, Evade but bad, yes, Garden of Bonbon, Doors, Attack, Circus, Zombie, Camping, Cat, Theme, Lumber, Simon, Doctor, Warrior, Knife, Kitten, Dropper, Roblox, Ragdoll, Hole, Furry, Zombie, Clone, Furry, Jigsaw, Hide and Seek, FNAF 3008, Piggy, FNAF, Season, SCP Games and Monsters, Froggy, STTD, Animatronic World, Roblox, Super Strike Backrooms, Road Driver, Find a FNAF, Guardian Mama New, Typical Colors 2, Growing Up, Restroom Simulator, Bacon, Breaking Point, Ick, Floppa, Raised by Floppa, Backrooms, Raise a Peter, Finding of Isaac, Chomix, Find the Memes, Cat Doge, Roblox, Gorilla, Skippa Games, Monsters, SP, Daycare, My Road, Dreamcore, Baldi, Grimace, FNAF, Backroom, Get Divorced, Bubba, Deadly Deflect, Roblox, Treasure, Computers, Doors, Computers Fucked, Restaurant, Theme Park, Mask, FNAF, The Battle, Roblox, The Knife, Skibidi, Wall, Glider, So Sorry, Roblox, Miner, Clown, Holy Stories, Clown, Poser, Guest, Tower, Robot, Balloons, Find Everything, Troll, Death Note, Dead by Roblox, Rise of the Dead, 3DFF, Pick Us Up, wow! The backgrounds, Dave, Raise, Mosack, Surface State, Roboga, Anaphobia, Duno Park, Hardware SCP, Call of Cryptos, Trapped in the Basement Simulator, Roblox, Ding Dong Dash, Identity Fraud, Slayer, Run for President, Obama Battle Royale, Killer Be Killed, Nuke Site, Switch, Creepypasta, Baldi, Schoolhouse, Play the TF2, Mother, Voice Orders, Be a Toy, Meow, Satan, Noob, Cat, Meep, Roblox, Pirate Troublesome Battlegrounds 2. Creepypasta Stand. Owner Admin. Chaos at the Bistro. Mad Blocks. NBTF. Steep Steps but Harder. Crazy Stairs. G-Man. Piggy. Chapter 9. Turtle. Stickman. Frumpkin. Red. Creepypasta. Race Around the World. Dummies Noobs. Lock Magic. What is that? Super Maker Online. Hungry Pikachu. Flop. School Simulator. R. Water Park World. Snoopy 64. Pet Crab. Endless Doors. Pick a Side. Eat Stuff Get Fat. Saber Simulator. Event. Ohio. Centipede. Ridgeworm, Bug Catch, Would You, Drop FS, Eat Sand, Slashing Simulator, Bacon Hangout, POV Roach, Wormy, Storm Generator, Cake, Tower Creator, Goofy Stains, TM Sponge, Chapter 1, Andy's Musical Chairs, The Spin, Type Soul, Rise of Nations, Criminality, Murder Line, Submarine, Entry Point, Barry Ave, Real Pets, What's the Word, Survival, Spider-Verse, Shinobi, Rumba, Elmira, Road Demon, Basketball, Guesty, Introduce, Roblox, Maze, Flashback, Gummy, Teddy, Cats, Lost Cats, Etheria, Bloodfest, I Don't Feel So Good, Monker, The Fiend, Grimace, Barnstars, Nanny, Grandma, Squeak, Bob and Faction, Puppet, Gigi's Lie Detector, Eat or Die, Badges, Face, Stand, Shipping, Tubby, SBB, Backrooms, SCP in the Backrooms, Randomizer, Sprucing, Doomspire, Noob Army, Megaboss, Survival, Infamy, Welcome to Ohio, Exorcism, The Garrison, Fencing, The Pole Ruins, Uncanny, Room, Paraphobia, Obby, Cat, Anime, Night Mode, Don't Leave Your TV On, Fifth, Apartment Room 67, Chair, Gun, Nightmare, Incognito, Adventure Stories, Plate Game Show, Skibadee, Framed, War, Monument Valley, Volcano, Neon Nights, Roblox, Constructa, The Mugman, Ragdoll, Minutes Remain, Riot Shields, Floppy Fire, Storm Surge, Normal Elevate, Regret Evader, Outlook Rising, AR, Event, Lights, Sanic, Raise, A Child, Uncanny, Project Pull Card, Slenderman, Markers, Elemental Powers Tycoon, Buffman, Developer Simulator, Find Animals, Find the Fridges, Skibidi, Protect President, Faithless, Skip, Get a Drink, Get a Pizza, Diner, Robot, Doctor, Striker, Anime, Deventures, Gun, My Kingdom, Ghost, Button, Bee, Robot, Stumble Guys, Tower, Dragon Tycoon, Fence, Stalker, Residence Massacre, Basketball, Turbos, Head Crab, Gardens and Graves, Mario's, Roblox, Light, Dark Eyes, Be Quiet, Cineblocks, Trident, Green, Late to School, Heroes of the Forest, Crab, Split, Bomb, Lab Experiment, Slime Experiment, Hero Havoc, Anime, Red Chain, 2v2, Headhunter, Zombie, The Strangers, Weird Strict Dad, Rarity's Universe, Medieval RTS, Ultimate Teamwork Challenge, My Eyes Deceive, R2D, Halloween, Sonic Showdown, PD, Glass, Buff, Baki, Formality, Guy, Death Ball, Pizza Clicker, Roastal Early Access, The Mirror, Red Salty, Midnight Horrors, Cereals of Soup, Change My Mind, Good, Blue, Yellow, Creepypasta, Nightmare, Bloody Battle, Sun, Project, Super Mike Bros, Endless Robot, Splatter, 2, Stasis, Rectal Factory, Super... Fuck off! Superliminal? I'm only ranking. I can't give my opinion on any of these. I'm only ranking them. Bloom. Police. Fuck you. I mean, that's the mailman, sorry. Paris to Paris. Together. Minecraft. Nintendo Hiredest Man. The Maze. There. Peter the Truth. Super Doom Splatter. Blake. Shuffle. PMTV. Flying Cheese. T-Rex. Clown. Door. Blue. Boost. DW. Toilet. Anime. Van Gogh. Boss. Husk. Limbo. R. Hollow Knight. White. Roblox. Trolley Game. Waiting Room. Ghostly Manor. Guy. Pocket Monsters. Halloween. Zeppelin. Devil. Bus. C. Just Cause. Need More Heat. Turbo Mode. Blue Demon. Green. I Saw the TV Glow. Nav. Arcane. Terabyte. Spec 2. Poppy. Rat. Nostalgia 64. Draw Planet. Centaura. Peta. Home Alone. Shell Shock. Flip. Prayer. Weird Sus Grandma. Draw a Blank. On Top. Buckshot. Spellment. Midnight Cleaners. Letterwork. FCGD. Roblox. Staycation. Saw X. Buckshot. Centaura. Experience RNG. Horror House. Snowman. Ben 10. Robloxian. Ultrablox. Player RNG. Mindwave. Roblox. Doki Doki. Clash. Weird Rain. Pillar Chase. Aoni. Pure Creepy Stories. Andy's World. Rockin' Furry. Summer Pro. Sonic. CSGO. Mario. Creepypasta. Roblox. SML. Fighters. Eggman. Pack Blocks. Roblox. Big Brain. Horror Portals. Inhuman Deluxe. Better Mean. Sonic. Hollywood. Baby. Insomnia. Cluckies. Guy. Heart Attack. FMTV. The Robot Full Tag. Gecko Hunters. Yag. PG. Sonic. Purple Guy. Kev Spikers. Fazbear Entertainment. Grab Pack. Boxer. R. Furry. Robot 64 Racing. BB. Robot 64 Mod. Super Robot Odyssey. Super Block 64. Pig 64. Super Robot 3D World. Sonic Chase. 5-5. BTOH, Conquer, Imposter, Platform Magnus, Among Us, Roblox, Better Games, Roblox is War, in a Butcher, Multiplayer, Multiplayer, Robot 3DS, Horror Bro, the worst game ever, it's really adventurous on Endless Robot, Roblox 64, Blocktails, Gmod, Hammer, Roblox, Anarchy, Pikachu, Repost. Sonic, Zombies, TF2, Zombies, Roblox, Furry, Roblox, Mugen, Paris, Pasta, Fever, Homelander, Until Attack Game, Ninja, Sonic's, Block, Sonic, Sibum, Sonic's, Red, Chaos Chase, Escape Room, Pasta, Glitched Escape, Bombshell, SS, Exhaust, Sunny Tubbies, R, Genie, Bloodshot, Flappy Man, Spookies, fucking hate you Roblox players so goddamn much, I swear to god. It's Cliffside 2, Coraline, Justice, Lanos, Forsaken, Honk, Finay, R4 Forge, Lemon, Guy, Roblox, Sue, Movement Plaza, Diet Death, Bear Discovery, Dog Watching, Roblox, Lorax, Idol, Midnight, Hangout, One Night, RC Farm, White Guy, Roblox, Danganronpa, Booth Game, Chased by Quick Murder, Piggy, Gun, Meowed, White Guy, Sonic, Baldy, Reckless, Roblox, Draw Me, Tobias, Midnight Fears, None Put Answers, None Business. And that's my opinion on all the Roblox games on the front page.
1 2 3 1 8 1 2 3 1 6 82 83 84 5 618 1 2 3 1 2 1 1 2 8 1 2 3 1 2 1 8 1 2 3 1 8 2 1 35 36 28 23 1 1 2 18 19 23 8 1 3 2 8 2 1 17,823 1 2 6 1 2 3 1 8 1 2 3 1 6 82 83 84 5 618 1 2 3 1 2 1 1 2 8 1 2 3 1 2 1 8 1 2 3 1 8 2 1 35 36 28 23 1 1 2 18 19 23 8 1 3 1 126, 123, 18, 123, 16, 82, 83, 84, 5, 618, 123, 121, 128, 123.